Hey, everybody. Happy Victory Monday. Oh, what a Victory Monday. Jeremy and Joe, good morning. Buffalo Bills Football Monday, and this Victory Monday is, of course, as always, brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com. 803-0550, our phone number. We've got lots to talk about, and a short week because the Bills play the Texans on Thursday. But hello, everyone. Here we are. And how's everybody feeling?
That was fun. That's how I'm feeling. It was a fun game.
I feel like $1 million.
It's like the most fun game the Bills have played since when? Week 1 have to go in this camp?
Sure.
Because the end was awesome.
Yeah, week 1 was pretty great.
But like beginning to end, beginning was wild.
Beginning was
throwing
wild.
two-handed interceptions. That's like the
Those should count as two.
If you throw it with two hands.
Both hands, yeah.
Yeah. That's as much fun as I've had. I mean, it reminds me of the Ram game from last year, but they won this one.
Yep.
And it was at home.
The Ram game, the Lions game was a lot like this one.
Lions game, yep.
Over the years, the Seahawks game, the Bucs overtime game, the Eagles overtime game.
They played the Rams here during COVID, and they gave up like a 30-point lead and then came down and scored at the end.
That's right.
These are all NFC games, aren't they?
They are. Get in the NFC. Let's go.
Josh Allen in the NFC just becomes a 60-touchdown demon, basically.
Well, let's go. 803-0550. How's everybody feel about it? I have this problem where when the Bills play like that, I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. And I also have this problem where I think, why don't they just play like that every game? Right? But part of the problem is, you might be out here worried about the run defense, and I can't see the run defense. I can't hear a word about the run defense because I'm pretty sure if the game plan was going forward, let's just rip 6 touchdowns every game, I think you'll win most of your games. I think that's a good formula. Josh Allen was not even like best version of spectacular, amazing Josh Allen. He was not pinpoint. He was inconsistent. He was inefficient, if I could use a word there. I'm not trying to say these as any sort of like knocks on his game, Joe. Just it was not about efficiency, protecting the ball. It was watching Allen play the way that I personally believe he's at his best. And I maybe think that Baker is part of the reason he did it.
Yeah.
If you think about Allen at his best, is it nuts to say he pulls out his best against Baker, Lamar, Mahomes, Stafford, Goff? You give him a great offense to keep up with, and what does he do? He goes ham. He goes nuts.
Yeah.
He's up for that. And if you're playing a game against another team and you're just like, let's make sure we protect the ball here, then he can kind of wither back into his shell.
Right, he plays against a Tua or a Bryce Young or whoever, who was the Saints quarterback, and they play him, Spencer Rattler.
yeah.
And it's just, the only way we can lose this game is if you lose it. So let's just not do that.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
And in these games, it's all out.
Yep.
The Shavers play. He's got Gabe open over the middle. He had someone else open, I think, on the play. He was totally protected and looked like he was about to scramble, and all of that ends up in, I'm going to turn down all of that and just sling it 50 yards through the air to Shavers along the boundary.
It was his first 40-plus yard, air yard touchdown pass since when? You want that one?
Years. 2 years ago would be my guess.
You want to guess a game? You want to guess a play?
I remember the Charger game. He slung one deep to Davis, like on the run.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
I'll guess that one.
That was not.
That wasn't 40 yards?
No, that was not
the last one.
The last time Josh Allen threw a touchdown pass of 40 air yards was when John Brown got loose against the Patriots in 2022 and cooked Gilmore.
John Brown.
That's how long ago it was. The Bills, of course, won that game 47-17. That's 2022.
Yeah.
That's on their way. That's when they hit their, you know what, maybe we're not going to punt anymore era of the Josh Allen experiment.
Yeah.
So
John Brown.
2022, January 2022 is the last time he threw a 40-plus air yard touchdown pass.
Yeah.
At least that's what I saw from Next Gen Stats. If they got it wrong, call them.
It was very much a like a 2019 Josh Allen performance. Even he was so reckless and missing passes, and like, isn't this game the total lesson in how valuable the downfield passing game is? Because they could not run the ball at all. They turned the ball over. Bad turnovers. Just the first one especially was like the worst turnover Allen's had in years. Bad turnovers. Not efficient even in the pass game. There was a point in I think we were early in the third quarter, and Nate turned to me in the booth and said, Allen's completion percentage right now is 37%.
Beautiful.
And they had like 30 points at the time. And they end up scoring 44. So they weren't consistent in the pass game, turned the ball over, couldn't run the ball. They scored 44. How? If you get big plays, that's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Well, this is a personal thing for me about we all watch football and think certain things about it. Some of us believe, run and stop the run, rush the passer with 4, do what you want. I just think there are so many false idols to worship, like completion percentage. Is it good to have a good completion percentage? Sure. But building your offense, trying for a completion percentage, will lead you to having David Carr completing 24 consecutive passes and scoring 10 points. Like, what truly matters, and that for me is failed drives and successful drives. What truly matters? Does turning the ball over really matter that much? I'm the one that says no. They had 3 turnovers in this game. 2 of them were very bad ones. The other one, Allen's second interception, was on a 4th down play.
Right.
Don't even count it. It doesn't even matter that they turned the ball over.
I could look, but I bet the EPA lost on that play would be exactly as it would be if it was an incomplete pass.
It would be less because an incomplete pass would have been 15 yards different. So that interception on a 4th down, it just doesn't even really matter.
It's a bad arm punt, actually.
That's right.
Yeah.
Should have thrown it deeper. Yeah. So, anyway, Allen, looking at the Next Gen Stats chart of where his throws were, how many throws behind the line of scrimmage in this game? Ooh. Do you know the answer to that?
Well, the Ty Johnson touchdown would have been.
It's a good one.
That's a very good one.
It's nice to mix those in.
There was the Shakir screen where he got destroyed behind the line. Is that it?
There were 3.
Okay, so there was only one more.
There were actually 4, but the one where Shakir got a face mask doesn't end up counting. It goes to, I guess, Shakir was only credited with 1 catch from what I saw. So anyway, 3. 3 passes behind the line of scrimmage, and you will not see a passing chart where the game was in balance where Allen is throwing 10 to 20 yards more than this one. My favorite comment I saw from somebody on Twitter, somebody wrote in, Brian Daboll got fired, and Joe Brady got the message. Like, all right, fine. We'll go. All right already. And they start ripping the ball down the field. So,
and there were plays left out there by both parties. Allen on back-to-back passes, one that I think was his fault and the other that wasn't. There was a play where Samuel is running towards the sideline, and Allen is trying to get him to run upfield. We're watching that, and we're not watching on TV, so we see Samuel at the same time. I don't know if you could see it on the broadcast, but run upfield because he's losing himself to the sideline. Doesn't even really realize where he is. He finally realizes, I got to turn upfield. Allen threw it to him, but it was too late. Samuel would have had to get upfield more than a second earlier, and if he had though, that would have been another 40-yard gain. The next play, Allen misses Shakir, who's open on the sideline. That would have been a 30-yard play. Mm-hmm. McCole Hardman lets a ball go through his hands. That's he just ran straight, right?
Yep.
That's the play you haven't seen in a while, where it's just Allen just in the pocket. Someone ran by a guy, and he put the pass there, and Hardman let it through his hands. You could have had 3 or 4 more monster plays in this game. Not even counting the little plays that Allen missed, like the 2-point conversion or that one to Palmer.
Right. The play to Gilliam. And on the Samuel play, Curtis Samuel's been in this offense for 2 years where they don't throw the ball down the field and he never sees down the field.
Yeah.
Give it a couple of weeks of Josh in meetings saying hey, next time I do that, just go deep. Shavers. Shavers
knew.
Shavers was running like an out route for 5, 6, 7 yards.
Yep.
And then when it broke down, he just turned up the sideline and ran.
Right.
And they beat quarters, which is what they said on J.J. Watt said on the broadcast, which there was a big internet controversy this week if you're very online about throwing deep over quarters. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Gabe had a moment like that where it wasn't as big, but where it kind of became scramble drill, and he bailed on where he was going to kind of meet Allen across the field.
Yep. They went to Gabe on a 4th down. They went to Gabe in the red zone. Listen, they fielded their best receiving core that they've fielded this year. Right?
Yes.
Palmer and Davis can both play on the outside. It's not somebody that's miscast. They don't have a complete void on one side of the field. And then Tyrell Shavers, four catches on 5 targets for 90 yards and a touchdown. All right. Sean McDermott after the game says the ball finds who works hard.
Yes, he did.
Nice comment there from the Bills head coach. So they win. I'm sure we'll have plenty of people that want to talk about their defense and the concerns there. But, hey, I just what I loved about that game, it was vintage Josh Allen. It was watching 2 quarterbacks trade amazing plays. I thought Baker was awesome in this game and scrappy and that dog, right? Like Baker's a dog. Why'd Josh Allen run the ball 3 times? Why'd he call zone number? Why'd he blast into guys? I think it's because Baker was doing it too.
Baker's flipping on top of his head.
Yeah, I really think that Josh Allen should watch other quarterbacks run against the Bills highlights before games. And then he's like, you know what? Then I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it way better than you. I also think.
Do you think when Baker threw the ball in the stands, the Bucs side was like, "Oh no, don't do that!
Yes,
fire up the other guy."
I swear, I thought the same thing. Like, are you going to throw that ball in the stands? Especially because we know they have like a friendly rivalry,
right?
Like the texts after that game, like great game, way to play, whatever. I'm buzzing on it. I think I feel great about it. I'm going to not be snarky about all the things that we have to worship every week, like balance. Were they balanced?
On this one.
And we're not balanced. It didn't matter. Anyway, they didn't protect the defense. And what happens? Your defense gets beat a lot. Is that why they play the way they do, is so they don't give up 38, 32, whatever?
Was protecting your defense that, hey, you don't have to stop the run in the fourth quarter because we're not going to let them run it on you. Our offense is that is in a way protecting your defense.
100%.
It's okay, we're just going so far out in front of them that, hey, the thing you can't stop today, they won't be able to do it late. You won't have to defend it because they have to play catch-up.
Right. Your best run defense is points. That's for the Bills.
Right.
And if we're talking complementary football, like, all right, how do I complement a defense that's probably going to get beat and give up some yards in the run game and can't be relied upon to get off the field? I guess my compliment to that is to score 1 million. So I've got super high hopes now. And the moves they made in the passing game and whatever was different about this matchup. I also thought, like, Todd Bowles and the Bucs made a lot of mistakes along the way. A lot of mistakes.
I think what they did is they played kind of the way we had talked about, that Miami maybe played in Atlanta. They played, I think, to dare the Bills to go deep.
And they did.
Like, go ahead. We're going to sell out to stop the run. Allen got a question in postgame about how it was weird they were blitzing early in the game and then they weren't blitzing in the second half of the game. And he never said it, but I want him to be like, yeah, because we were making them respect us down the field. Mm-hmm. Even the plays that they weren't hitting. Like, they watched the McCole Hardman play go through his hands, and they might think, we might have to cover that a little bit more. He was open, just by a little bit. So why did the blitz go away? Why weren't they able to pressure Allen in the same way? They never, lost the ability to stop the run. That was always there for Tampa. But I think that could have been that Allen and the Bills' offense they bullied them out of it. Like, you're not going to sell out short because otherwise we're going to make you pay for it. And they made them pay for it just enough to, I think, probably change how they play defense.
803-0550 is our phone number, and 1-888-550-2550 to join us. Jeremy and Joe, happy Victory Monday. We'll get your calls in. The Chiefs lost.
Oh, what a nice cherry on top for Sunday.
The Chiefs lost.
The Chiefs are 5-5 and 0-5 in one-score games.
Not bad. Chiefs lost. The Ravens won. They rallied to win. Pittsburgh won, but might be a backup quarterback. The Bills might play backup quarterbacks in their next 3 games.
Okay, right, because they'll play Davis Mills this week.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mason Rudolph maybe with Pittsburgh.
Right, because Rodgers has a broken wrist.
And we'll see if Burrow is back.
I feel like Burrow's going to be back.
All right, well, it could be backup quarterbacks in the next 3 games.
Chase might be suspended, but Burrow's going to be back.
For a game, right? Isn't he going to be suspended for a game?
Only one? Is that that's the going rate?
For
spitting on a guy?
I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, 803-0550, your thoughts on the run game, the pass game, the defense. The special teams had a huge day. Huge day.
Every return was like 50 yards.
Yeah, they had over 200 yards in returns like halfway through the game. So even though the Hardman fumble was unfortunate, that ends up being a bit of a mark against special teams. Everything else went great. They blocked a kick. Maybe shouldn't have been called back on a penalty.
Oh, right? There's no way. That should not have been called back.
I tend to agree.
I thought the Bills special teams coordinator, Chris Tabor, was going to, I've not seen a coach have to be held back like Chris Tabor had to be held back from the refs at halftime.
At least not a special teams coach?
Not a special teams coach, at least, no.
All right, 803-0550. Let's get some calls in on a Victory Monday and whether or not you are boosted by that game. If you've got your concerns, whatever it might be, we can talk about all of it here on WGR on a Victory Monday. To New Jersey first, Mo in New Jersey. Hey, Mo, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Victory Monday. I'm thrilled with the win. And to put it like you guys do a great job. You touch on everything. And in the first 15 minutes, you guys touch on almost everything I wanted to get to. Unbelievable. We threw the ball on first down. Like, where did that come from? Like, I couldn't believe it. We did it more than once, right? So I was happy to see that. Aside from that first interception that Josh Allen threw, which was, like you said, 2019 Josh Allen. It's like, he finally took his shirt off and he put the cape on and he carried the team. Like, that's what I want to see, right? I love being able to run the ball. I love hearing how good James Cook is. But Josh Allen that was who we need Josh Allen to be for the rest of the season. The special teams, incredible. I know Tampa special teams are terrible, but incredible. And I really hope McCole Hardman is not hurt because, he did bring that one element that we just lacked, that speed. But That being said, everything went great. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. It's just down the stretch, we need our defense to be better. And we need, Sean McDermott, I don't know how he has to figure it out, but he has to figure it out. This is what we pay him to do, right? That defense just needs to be better. And I know we gave up 200 yards rushing. We still won, but because the offense carried the day. Going forward, maybe we get some pieces back from injury. Shaq Thompson, I don't understand why he did not play. I thought he was going to play, and he's not going to save the day. But I feel like this season he's been one of our better linebackers. But, I'm not going to be too concerned about it right now. We did win. We got a game on Thursday. Let's go Bills.
All right. Thanks, Mo. Thanks for the phone call. Defensively, like the Bills, we're still dealing with a spot where on the defensive line they have to shuffle so many things. Yeah. You got T.J. Sanders on the end. Yeah. And they're mixing pieces around. Like, I without making it sound like I want to give a full pass to the defense, because I don't, they have pieces out there that, whether they haven't been able to work together yet, I mean, the defensive line has been a rotating cast of characters for 10 weeks now, 11 weeks. So, you're doing the best you can. Could you have better there? Sure. Bernard looked good, which is a positive sign. He looked better, right? Yeah. Terrell Bernard looked better. Milano, maybe not. So can I get Bernard and Shaq Thompson out there when the time comes? Maybe. Cole Bishop continues to look really good. Jordan Poyer is a steadying influence, but he's going to have his limitations. Like, you have some things kind of built in that are limiters, in my opinion. And you played a Bucs team that has a quarterback that makes great plays.
Would you not say, though, that, like, again, this is run versus pass, this is explosive plays versus, the way Tampa played yesterday, which is, all right, they ran the ball at will. Mm-hmm. You couldn't stop them all day. And how did it all come out? Like, all right, I got to give them a game where they're running like Sean Tucker becomes, the next version of Jonathan Taylor in this game.
Syracuse is Sean Tucker. Please refer to him from this day forward.
Is that why he wears 44?
That is why he wears 44. That's also why he's on a couple of my dynasty teams, because I've had him stashed since he had a giant 200-yard game like 3 years ago or 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, he was good yesterday.
Well, I started him.
He was unstoppable yesterday, but, hey, you kind of kept Baker in check. 173 yards on 16 of 28 passing, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and they were running the ball well. You couldn't run the ball at all. How does yards per play end up looking? 7.8 for the Bills, 5.4 for Tampa. Like, I could pass it and couldn't run it. They could run it, and they weren't so great at passing. Igbuka had less yards in this game or had the same yards as Gabe Davis in this game. Their star receiver, didn't do much. Mm-hmm. I got 2 more yards per play than they did. So I'm not saying it's good that they couldn't stop the run in this game. I just think if I can keep good quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield in check, and a consequence is they're going to run on me, I'll take that every week. When I'm playing good quarterbacks like that.
The Bills against the run this year, there's no doubt about it. They've been horrible. And it might be their undoing. It might be. But in a one-game one-off, if I got my offense firing like that, right, it makes it very difficult.
But like Bernard was tough again in this game. Not like Bernard and Milano.
Right.
Like,
He looks
every play I'm
healthier.
watching them, and it just doesn't seem like it's there.
Right. He looked healthier in the past game, which he'd have rough spots in both, but we've heard a little bit about how he's nursing something. I guess he said he felt better today or yesterday. Anyway, 803-0550, our phone number, and 1-888-550-2550. One thing that is interesting about this to me is, and I'll wait for the all-22 folks to break this down, but like Coleman doesn't play. How different does that make their offense? That's one part of it. And then I want to know what it meant to not have Kincaid. I'm not going to come out here and say the lesson to be learned is they're better without Dalton Kincaid, but how different did they have to be because they don't have Dalton Kincaid? And they know they won't have him for a couple of weeks.
Right.
Because if they have 4 weeks where they throw the ball all over the field like this, and then Kincaid comes back and they're back to trying to thread needles and strike a balance, they feel like they can't be balanced right now. Or I don't know. It's going to take more time to figure it out. But Dalton Kincaid had no catches, obviously. He didn't play. And Shakir had 1 for -3.
Yeah.
If I told you Sunday at noon, listen, no Kincaid and Shakir's going to end with -3 yards receiving, what do you think the score of that game's going to be? Like, oh, man, Tampa's going to really take it to us, huh? Who's going to be the leading receiver? He's going to have like 10 yards? You feel like Josh is going to have another Houston game. Khalil Shakir, 1 catch for -3. That was the only play that didn't work. It got blown up multiple times.
Yeah.
The Bucs were so prepared for your screen, and they were not prepared for nuclear Josh Allen.
Yep.
Which was refreshing to see. 803-0550 and 1-888-550-2550.
You had 5 receivers that caught a 20-yard pass in this game.
Let's go. You just have to embrace it. You have to embrace who he is. The guy wants to he wants to chuck that ball deep. Mm-hmm. Anyway, 803-0550. I've got a million analogies. I'm buzzing today. I feel great about it. I'll tell you this.
They're the favorites.
I'll tell you this.
The AFC favorites.
When they were either down or Tampa's got the ball and they could still lose the game, my thought in my head was, people are going to be really mad at me when they lose 40-37 and I go in tomorrow and I say, I'm thrilled. They're back. Because the last time this happened, it was against Tampa. Oh, they're back. Second half in the game against Brady, the Brian Daboll, Tyler Dunn tells the story. At halftime, they said, bleep it, let's go. And they went scorched earth. And their offense was almost unstoppable until they got beaten the 13 seconds game. And here's Tampa again, and it sure looked like, bleep it, let's go. Embrace it. Embrace it. It's Buffalo Bills Football Monday, Victory Monday, brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com. We will buzz through your phone calls. We'll talk with Sal at 7. We'll talk with Chris Brown at 8:30. And we'll, of course, look at the division, the conference. All of a sudden, the Chiefs are maybe in a little bit of trouble. They play the Colts this week. That'll be a conversation about who to root for.
I'm going to want to hear playoff odds if they lose that game.
I can give them to you.
Because 5-5, they're not in a spot right now.
They're not. They still are better than 50% to make it, according to the New York Times playoff machine. And I looked at their schedule, and they have games they should win.
Dallas in a couple weeks.
Yeah, they
Texans.
Right now, they are 57% to make the playoffs. And if the Colts win, they're going to be under 40.
Let's go. Come on, Colts. Bury them.
Yeah.
And they're not winning the division.
Nope.
They are, what are they, 4 games back of the division? They are not winning the AFC
They are
West.
right now, they are 3% to win the division. They are not winning their division.
Yep.